Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I want you to turn in these SPSS output with the plots and the correlation tables. So I'm gonna go ahead and save these to the desktop. I've already got output out there, but I'm gonna save this one as pols3320 p3-output version 002. And I'm gonna save that one and we'll have it. Okay, good. Now let's go back to our data and let's do the next one, which is the DW nominate plots. All right, so for this one, a couple things I want to do is these range from like negative 1.50 to positive 1.5. So I'm going to keep those. I don't like 3 digits, but I'll keep 2 digits, 2 trailing digits for that one. And I'm going to introduce a couple of different ones. So this one, let me expand this to make sure that I've got the right one. This is the first dimension, so I'm going to call this DW nominate first. And then I'm going to call this DW nominate second. Okay. All right, all of that's good. Everything's fine on those variable labels. Everything will come through okay. And notice how these have been changed down to 2 decimal places now. I'm going to go out here and I'm going to do, this time I'm going to do scatter plots. So let me show you that again. Let's go out to graphs. Let's go out to legacy dialogues and then go scatter/dot. And we're just going to do a simple scatter plot. On the y-axis, you always put your dependent variable, so let's go find our dependent variable. Our dependent variable is going to be support score. On the x-axis, let's do the first dimension first, and then let's click OK, and that thing will run, and this is sort of what it looks like. So we got a real strong kind of coalition, and we got a strong negative relationship for more conservative preferences, sort of like what we had up there. Let's double click this and let's do some of the same changes we did before in order to kind of make this look a little bit better. Let's do the first thing. Let's do chart size, so double click and do the chart size, click off maintain aspect ratio, and then do 300 and 600 again. That just seems to work the best. And it fits pretty well in terms of 8.5 by 11. So apply that and stretch that thing out a little bit. That makes it look a little bit better. Now we've got a problem here. Most of these, actually, we're in that range of 1.5 and everything else, but that's this actually looks okay to me. So what I think I'm going to do is, I'm going to make sure that we have it between the two. So let's do this. I'm going to go and work with the scales here. So let's click off all of these. And then let's do negative 1.25. Let's do 1.25 on the scale. For the major increments, 2.5 in the origin there. And I don't like those fat margins, so get rid of that and apply it. And so that'll come out and we'll have a little bit tighter kind of frame there. I also don't like these. These are just kind of ugly. So let's get rid of those and let's go and do just regular old X's. But let's make them big X's. So let's make those things like size 10 and then apply those. And so that looks a little bit better. And I kind of like the way that looks. Let me go over here and let's fix those the same way we did the last time. The scale was click off all of those auto ones, do 10. And then let's go 1% there, 1% there, 1% there. Apply, and we're good. Actually, let me go back. I'm going to keep those in there for these because that keeps them from running into that wall. So I'm going to apply that, and that'll keep that frame a little bit better. Okay, good. So this plot looks pretty good. The only thing else that I would like to do is I'd like to put an element in there. I'd like to go ahead and put a fit line. So I'm going to do a fit line, and let me see what I can do. I'm just going to have it do a linear regression. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that in there and then close it. And I don't need this. I don't need this in there, so I'm just going to single click on that and see if I can get rid of that thing. Close. Let me see. Elements. And let's see if I can just delete it. No, that's not helping. So hold on, let me stop and let me figure out how to get rid of this thing. Okay, so I figured this out. Let's get rid of a couple things here. I like having this linear projection through that because it gives us a sense of fit. But when we run that linear regression, it puts in a couple different things. First, it puts in this thing up here, which is the R squared, which is something for linear regression. The second is it puts in this one. So the first thing that we can do is let's get rid of this thing. So let's go over here, options, and let's hide legend, and that gets rid of that one. This one, what happens is if we double click on that and we pull up this thing, and it should say something about reference line, what we'll do is we'll just click off attach label to line, and lo and behold, we have our plot, and this is sort of what the relationship looks like. I'm going to close out of that, and we have our second graph. I'm going to save this one as it is, so we've got party ID, and now we have this one. Let's copy this, and let's go to our worksheet, and I'm going to get rid of this one, and I'm going to paste this one. I will delete that, and delete that. Then I'm going to go through, I'm going to right click this one and do size, and I'm going to get this down to 6.4, and that puts us right in the range there. So I've got this. Go through and update yours. You don't do campaign finance reform. You need to change that one. You need to change the number of roll call votes and that kind of whatever, this one, and just make it your own. But this is real good, and you'll turn in a Word document with this particular plot in it. Okay, good. That is all we have here. We only have one left, and then we'll do some correlations.